But the one thing I knew is I would watch Rap City and dudes would come into the basement and freestyle. Look at my air quotes, freestyle. So I'm thinking of freestyle is just off the top of the dome. You know what I'm saying? And so I remember hearing like I don't know if it wasn't I don't know if it was cannabis because by the time cannabis came out, I was a little I think I was in high school. But I just remember hearing the dude spazzing, and I'm thinking he doing it all off the top of the head. So I said, nah, I got to get to that level. I got to get to that level. So I called my friend. I'm like, man, you seen such a yeah? I said like, man, let's practice now. So we start calling it we start calling it zoning out. And what I do, I didn't have no beat. I just start rapping, I'm in the basement, whatever was going on. And I try to rap as long as I could before I stopped. And that was called zoning out. The whole time I'm not knowing, man, these dudes kicking written rhymes that they memorize. There's probably only like 5% of the hip hop community that will really kick a real freestyle on Rap City because everybody else
Right.
they trying to save face. So basically, when I started that way, that was already developing my skill. Already did the poetry. Now I'm learning how to freestyle for 2, 3 minutes straight without messing up. I'm getting new vocabulary. And then, back in the day, we go to Sam Goody, we get the single, or it'll be cassette or CD. You get the song, and then it'll give you the beat on there. So, I'm vibing to that. I'm writing to the same beat. I might write 3 songs to the same beat. That's how heavy I was on it. So I'm gonna say by the time I got to the ninth grade, man, it was on. I was rhyming all the time. I was battling. I still didn't like get in a real studio until maybe like the 10th or 11th grade. Shout out to my dude Energy. He had a home studio. He had a program called Cakewalk. And that's where I recorded my first songs that were not on the trash mic and the tape deck, which by the way, that mic eventually died. And I found out you could use one of the earpieces on your headphones to rap into that. So like that's how hardcore I was on it, bro. I never had a mic, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to this dude's studio and then that's when I recorded my first songs. I still remember one song was over the paparazzi beat from Exhibit. It's called I Start This Off from Where the Great Ones Left It, representing a method that stays far from deceptive. So I was trying to get lyrical. I start this off from where the great ones left it. So I'm talking about like I'm starting this off and picking up where the great ones left it off. So that's what I was on at like 17. And then I had another one, it was called Hip Hop at Its Best. It was over Mob Deep Beat, a Mob Deep song called Right Back at You. I think it was on the Sunset Park mixtape. I'm just trying to paint a picture for people listening because they might know these songs. So after that, dude, it was just music. I linked up with my homie. I got to shout a few homies out. Then I'm gonna let you get the floor because I'm just monopolizing. That's what MCs do, man. We don't
No,
know how
you
to get a
good?
mic up. We don't know how to get a mic up.
All good.
But basically, when I linked with my homie, I had a homie that went to church with me. He went to Eastwood. He left Warrensville before we started the 7th grade, but he still kept in touch with me. So he was in Berea. So, we on the east side. When you're in Warrensville, it's still technically looked at as the east side. He went to school in Berea. That's the west side. He hit me up one day. Man, D, man, I hooked up with some dudes in the lunchroom. And mind you, he doesn't rap. He plays the drums. Shout out to APB. And he like, man, I hooked up with some dudes in the lunchroom, man. They nice as you. Now, me, I'm not conceited and I'm just like, in Berea, bro? Because I don't know nothing about Berea. I never been out there. I don't know nothing. He like, yes, I'm telling you, they nice. I'm like, get him on the phone with me. All right. He had 3-way, get him on the phone. I'm like, he wasn't lying. So everybody, he wasn't lying. Everybody was a lion. You know what I'm saying? So we all start rapping on the phone, trading bars. I rapped with these dudes for probably a whole year before I ever met them. We wrote a
Wow.
song over the phone, bro. So that same studio I was telling you about, I wound up having them come to that studio with me. And that's how we formed this group. They had a crew out their way called MOC, Masters of Ceremony. And it was 3 of us, including me. So we went by Mach 3. So at the time, that was my dude, IWP, went by Israel Word Precise. He now goes by Jack Burton. And then it was my dude, Radius. And so once that happened, dude, we hit the scene. We hit the scene hard. We had a mentor named Velocity, David Stewart, Velocity Production. Shout out to Trill Vision. And he just linked us in, man. He was really my mentor on the music side. I had met him doing something else with school, and he's the one that linked me with Energy. So he got us our first show. We started doing shows with Paulie Rhymes, Pooh Manchu from Nappy Head Entertainment, Quincy. Everybody know Big Hef. He put us on with a lot. He put a lot of people on with their first shows. I even did a song with Quincy back in the day, just during that grind. So like all of that is how the early beginnings started. And at that point in life, dude, I mean, I'm still going to school, trying to get to college and all that, but the focus, dude, the focus on music, man, it was another. I just wanted to be known as one of the dopest in Cleveland. I ain't care about the world yet or outside of the state. I want to be one of the dopest in Cleveland. And that's how hard we went for that.
Man, most definitely, King. I appreciate that breakdown for sure.
I had to. I ain't never even broke it down like that. I had to step beside myself and break that down. Put the pieces together.
Right, right. You
Exclusive.
covered so much stuff, man.